have an opportunity to work very closely with ABC Bank in especially matters concerning tax. Thornton is a firm which encompasses various services. Our major core business being audit, but we also have other services like human resource services. We have tax services in which I'm involved in with my team, who will be making the presentation today. And we also have other advisory services which involved internal audits and the likes. We've been in this market for the last 35 years, and we are based in Nairobi, a firm with 165 staff and a few interns who are working with us, numbering to around 15. We are based in Westlands, and today, as Thornton Taxation Services Limited, we are privileged to talk to you about tax matters. It has been an interesting space in the last 1 year, since April last year, when COVID was reported in this country late in March, and going forward. A lot of stimulus packages were offered by the government, though unfortunately they were reversed in 2021 when the government eventually realized that it needed to move on, COVID or no COVID. You might not be really happy with what the government is doing, but economies have been struggling. Economies are struggling globally. The effect of COVID has been actually very destructive in various economies. And if care is not taken, we've seen possibilities of economies collapsing. Our partners, INF and World Bank, has actually come to try and just safeguard us from the expensive loans we've been taking from the Chinese government. And in as much as most of us are not happy with what has been going on, we just need to realize that we either take the loans or we are taxed higher. I don't think Kenyans have a problem with paying more taxes. I've always said this in different forums, but we always have a problem with the fact that the government has not been very accountable for the loan it has been taking, or for the tax it has been collecting. So last year, April, when we had a tax amendment law that came, Tax Law Amendment Act of 2020. In June, we had Finance Act 2020, which became effective on 1st of July 2020. And then towards the end of the year, again, we had Tax Law Amendment Act number 2. So various changes were introduced into the taxation space, not to count the excise duty, which were reversed in October, or revised in October 2020. Challenging times ahead for any business in Kenya, and especially April 2021, where we're expecting the first, or rather the second batch of minimum tax to be paid. The first batch being paid after being paid by batch ending companies in March. So with me today, 3 of my colleagues, John Waihenya, one of my managers, will take us through minimum tax. After John Waihenya, Lydia Mosa will come in. She'll talk about turnover tax and voluntary tax disclosure program, in other words, amnesty. And finally, Winnie Murugi will come and talk to you about how to really have a good relationship with Kenya Revenue Authority. Currently, carry on rampage, but I do not want just to take up what Winnie is going to share with us, but she's going to take us through how you need to engage and not to fear KRA, but whenever they send a love letter to you, what you can do, how you can consult them, how you can communicate to them, and the likes.